massive doubts, Ash. Like I said, a massive self-doubter. I doubt myself, especially when it comes to running. I always doubt myself on it. Maybe is it a case that I think I'm not good enough to do something like this? I work in dentistry, so we get patients that come in and you just get chatting to patients about different things. And one day I got talking to a patient, running came up. We're runners, Ash. It always gets dropped into conversation, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
I was telling this patient that I love to run big distances. I enjoy ultramarathons. And he turned to me and he said, "Oh, well, you don't look the type." And I was like,
What?
"Oh, whatever. All right. Okay. So would you mind explaining what the type would look like, or what you think the type looks like?"
Ignorant people.
Oh god, but I like that because, all right, I don't look the type. Well, but again, what does a type of ultra runner look like? So I doubt myself on it, because I do sometimes think, am I the type to do that? Am I good enough to do that? Could I possibly do that? Well, God almighty, yeah. Anybody can do it. Hell, if I can do it, anybody can do it. It comes down to your want for it. It comes down to your mindset, and we touched upon it just before we started recording. I'll be doing a 50-mile. I haven't spoke about it much on Instagram, but I'm doing a 50-mile race in 6 weeks' time. Now, I done 100 kilometers last year. That was very different to the 50-mile race that I'm doing now, because the 50-mile race that I'm doing in May has got a 13-hour cutoff, whereas the 100 kilometers, I think it was a 24-hour cutoff. So there was that. I had a big time difference to play with. So yeah, I'm doubting myself on this one for sure. I don't know if I'm going to do it. And again, I've come off the back of running Arc of Attrition in January and DNFing on that. So that in my head is very much sitting at the forefront, and that was my first DNF. And so yeah, I'm doubting whether I'll be able to do it or not, but hell, I'll go into it. I'll give it my best shot. What will be will be. I am going to go into it with zero expectations on myself, because in January I put a lot of pressure on myself. I got ill before I done the race in January, and I went into the race in January injured as well, and I probably shouldn't have been standing on that start line, but I did, because I wasn't ever not going to stand on the start line. But this will be one of the biggest races that I've done this far. I done the lap last year and it was 47 miles with a shit ton of elevation. So this one is 50 miles, the one that I'm doing in May. Not as much elevation, so I'm kind of hoping it's going to be a case of finish lines and not finish times for me in May, but it's going to be a case of going in, gritting my teeth and just seeing if I can. And there is self-doubt there, of course there is, but everybody doubts themselves. We're